of water, a case of ice, and sell the water. Make your money back. In New York, you go to New York, you see panhandlers every corner. They selling fruit, vegetables, water, washing your car, window, anything. Well, they can do that out here. They want the hand out and a sign.
A big part of a lot of them are white. White people ain't trying. A lot of them panhandlers out here are white. So
a lot of them are white.
They're not familiar with that trying to work for.
I see one Asian. I see one Asian on Park Avenue, and I was shocked when he was fat.
Yeah. And he's the one that had that funny sign like.
He had this sign that said, "My parents got abducted by ninjas, so I need money for karate lessons."
No.
That's he had a sign. It said that.
I didn't see that sign.
Too ugly, too fat.
No, I seen a sign up with if you don't give me money, I'll vote for Trump or something like that. It's something like.
Guess what? We're not giving no money.
But I mean. You gotta agree with both sides, man. But the whole thing with
it's hard.
It's all about humanity. Like sometimes I feel like just taking money out their hand. You know what I mean? Because I need it that day.
Amen.
You know, so like that's the way I be at sometimes.
They make a lot of money.
So sometimes when I'm like, but I give sometimes too.
And what about the guy that's not on drugs or anything, that he panhandles and gets inside of a car and drives away?
Oh, that too.
There's a lot of them.
I've seen a lot of those happen.
Yeah.
The guy's neither on drugs or hungry, but he's out there panhandling because he realizes that it's better to make more money with a sign than it is to get a job.
It's better than working.
It's America, people.
Yeah.
Now, talk about America. Who's paying for those taxes they getting every day?
Yeah.
That's what I want. They make
we got taxes to give, I guess.
So, true.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on panhandling and stuff like that. I kind of witnessed panhandling all my life. It's been around forever. It's in the Bible. They got people in front of the gates of Jerusalem begging for coins and stuff like that, you know. But those people have physical ailments that you could see.
Amen.
You know, these people here, what you see is people that made a lot of bad choices in their lives.
Yeah.
And then instead of trying to rectify the bad choices that they made in their lives, they continue to make other bad choices. And then we're seeing the end results of who knows how many bad choices that they made. You know, not to say that they're bad people, it's just that they made bad choices. And now that they're stuck with the consequences of their actions from their youth, a lot of them from their youth, a lot of them from their environment, a lot of them, who knows what reason it was so that they made a bad choice. Now the only thing left for them is to go out there and try to beg some money. And I'm calling it what it is. It's begging money. They're trying to beg some money, whether it be for drugs, whether it be for food, whether it be to feed their family. They might have 5 kids. That's a serious bad choice on your part if you don't have a future.
Amen.
You're going to keep having kids. That's not a good choice. You know, and I blame Worcester's thing a lot on the administration in Worcester. They have no concept at all on what the people are like out there. A lot of those people I see out panhandling, because they come through like a wave, like a big ebb. They just come in and then they're gone, and come in and then they're gone. So I know they're coming from some place where they had actually received some help to get themselves off of some drugs and stuff like that. And now they come out on the street, they ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got no place to go. They ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got any real friends. Their friends are all the people that they know that hang out in the same area that they do. So it doesn't take much for somebody to say, well, why don't you go down here and this is a good spot to put your sign. You know, you locate down here and you can make $10, $20, $30, $40. Oh, yeah, man, that sounds good to me. So they just pass that information along and it snowballs along. And the administration here, as long as it doesn't come in their backyard, they don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Kees.
I don't know. I don't necessarily, I guess, agree. But if I don't agree, who cares?
Yeah, they agree. It's
But,
radio show.
I know a lot of, but I'm on Main Street every day, Troop. So you talking about, you drive through Main Street. I walk. I talk to people. I know what's really out there.
Well, you
So
know,
I believe my perception is to be truthful. I think 100% of these people that we're talking about, like they're not people like us. It's mental health issues. It's mental health. They need to be in the hospital. They need to be on meds every day. They need personal care every day. And I just realized that about a couple days ago because I was going through the same thing with my grandmother. She's 89 years old. She's hiding her medicine, you know, and my uncle, it's a big strain on him and his wife because that's where she lives. So they like, yo, I got to go to work and make money. Reality sets in. So I got to go and make money. I can't be around this person 24/7 to make sure they take their meds at their proper time because they're going to need it for the rest of their life. Like, and that's...
But Kees, I'm sorry to jump in, but like they do have these services set up for them a lot of the times. They do. Not everyone. I'm not gonna say everyone. You know, I kind of work in the field, like with CHL and stuff. When I see people come through there, right, that need services, right? They need mental health services. They got it there, right? They need medication. They got access where you can get medication there. You know what I'm saying? They got personal care that they can provide you with. They have a pipeline to you to get individual to be individually independent for yourself.
Now you're talking about the analogy that Edwin talked about. Now the mentality of people. So now when you go into people's mentalities, when you have a defeatist mentality, or let's say the crazy thing is whether you're a person that uses drugs or you're a person that deals drugs, if that's all you see and you're just like that war vet that wants to keep on going back out into that battlefield, like that mentality isn't giving you the information to go down to community health link or to go to family health center and say, let me go get clean. No, the first second
I would say you're half right. You know why? Because your mentality is your mentality. So you gotta change that. But if you have all this umbrella of services that's out there that you can take advantage of, you have to be the one that want to take advantage of these services. I understand it's gonna be hard, but at some point, if you underneath the bridge down there and you asking for $1 and you're on day 30 asking for $1 and that nothing click in your head like, oh shoot, let me go into CHL or go into the SMOC program and stay there for the night. It's gonna suck. I'm gonna have rules. I'm gonna have regulations. I can't smoke cigarettes when I want to. I gotta sacrifice something to repair my life. You know what I'm saying? That gotta be an individual thing. I'm not saying don't give them $1 and don't give them $1 because of that. I'm just saying that's the deal.
But you're saying just because the programs are there, means that at the end of the day, the people who are suffering from, I feel, these mental illnesses should be able to take advantage of these programs. And it ain't about the programs.
Keefe,
it's never been about the programs, yo. Never been about the programs.
I think you're half right, though.
Can I interview for a second? From a person being out there, myself, you know what I'm saying, and I speak for myself, I think at the end of the day, it comes up to the individual, whether he or she wants to help, okay? And panhandling is going to come at the end of the day. It's just another form of hustling, okay? And then you bring that into the street, and the world, they're not quite ready to give up, okay? If they're out there doing this and panhandling, you better believe they're built for that night or that kind of life. You better believe that. So what it breaks down to is that, you know, the individual at the end of the day has to want to help. And like you said, there's a lot of programs and treatments out there for these kind of things and for this to stop. But if we really talk about what's behind all this, and I think the number one thing behind all this is drugs and what's happening around our streets here in Worcester. And I've buried a lot of my friends so far, you know, and I think that, you know, at the end of the day, it comes to the person if he or she are wanting to help. The resources are there, but they are depleting because there's a lot of programs that are shutting down, and there's a lot of places that are not getting people that are getting the help that they really do need. And it's a shame that sometimes that people come in there and they occupy the bed for that he just wants what we call a spin drive from rather than a person that wanting real treatment and help, you know. And
go ahead, Joe.
Go, Joe.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you. You have to make a conscious decision upon yourself. You're a very articulate fellow. You do not sit the mode of what Keefe's talking about over here. If somebody with some kind of mental impairment that he's not capable enough to say, well, I want to find some help. Obviously, you talk well, you dress well, you look all right. You know, you might be down on your luck at the moment you're out there in the street. I don't know. Don't know you like that, you know. But from a human perspective, everybody wants to help. That's just ingrained in people's ingrained in the human makeup. You know, you see somebody who's hurting, the first thing you do, you have some empathy. I want to help and stuff like that. And a lot of people out there panhandling, from what I see, you know, they know that. They know that. They come out there and they put on an act and they put on a show for some places like that just to get you to help. They well versed and well educated in what they need to do to make it on that day. That's street knowledge. You know, they know how to. They know the street. They know the game. You know. So setting up programs and stuff, and they're not addressing the program. I think the ad care thing is a is a half-good program because it takes the person and initially gets them cleaning up so that they can go out on the street. It does nothing for them after that.
No.
You know, so it's not a complete program. And I agree with it. But
I would differ on that because I just know a little bit more about that program, though.
okay, yeah. This is what I'm just seeing. I'm just
That
seeing
ad care
my
program.
Can I comment on something that this young man said right here? I like it that he said that you know, let's talk about the real issue that's going on here, which is the drugs in our community and the type of drug addict that I've seen evolve over the years. Right. In the last 30 years in Worcester, I went and seen just from occasional 1 or 2 or 3 people doing drugs to today and age grandma coming out of the woodworks saying she's high on opiate because of what they gave her in pills from a doctor that she got from prescribed to her.
Yes.
And because the doctor got caught now in his office, grandma's outside copying heroin because it is cheaper to support her habit than paying $80 a pill. Now that came down from a stem from a lot of pharmaceuticals giving out these drugs to people that were coming in and saying, I got a stubbed toe, or here's some Percocets. Okay?
Keefe.
Yeah, wow, that's deep though, because that's the thing I was wanting to lead to is, so they, what you was, I don't know if you was going to defer, that's what you was differing from when you talk about these programs, is they don't actually, they address the mental health addiction as something that, which I feel troop sentiment is pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You know what I mean? If he believes you're a capable mind and you can speak good and you can present yourself good, that you can pull yourself out the rut. And that's talking down. That's talking down to like mental illnesses. And I'm like, yo, at the end of the day,
I don't agree with your perception of, I think what Trooper Joe said. Nah, I don't agree with that. I don't think that they are talking down to them. It's like you take advantage of the program, of the tools that's there.
But they obviously can't.
But I'm saying some people that can't, they'll put them in a placement that they could. That's better for their treatment. You know what I'm saying? So if it's more of a mental health thing, they'll find a mental health service that can treat you and support you on whatever you got to do. If it's more of a substance abuse thing, they'll put you substance. But at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna have to find some resilience to not use and go on with your life. That's a individual thing that you have to do to take advantage of these resources.
But wait, I have a question about, like, this is the thing that creates the problem, right? This is the thing that the nonprofits don't acknowledge, right? So in addiction or recovery or rehab, I apologize for, like, you know, the mislabeling. It's accepted, right? You have to own that you're an addict. You say, I'm an addict and I'm always an addict, right? And so there's, for one, the law of attraction says that's really powerful when you identify yourself as that forever. You're always going to be
that's
there, right?
optional. They're talking about AA group as optional. You don't have to say you're a...
You don't have to say that?
You don't have to say that to get anything. You can be
I'm talking about in terms of... I'm talking about dealing with the actual the disease of addiction in a person.
There's different theories on how to approach about recovery. That's one theory.
All right, so let me be quick. Let me be quick on this. Let me sum this up. So here's the problem on this, right? Here's what I'm saying, right? If you understand in recovery that there's going to be relapse, right? And then on Main Street, when you can see the heavy, like when there's people who's not even thinking about recovery, about getting clean, those folks. What those folks are is like that's the nucleus. What do you do? And even people who are currently clean, eventually you're going to revert back into maybe and run through that pool again. So you always have that pool. What are you doing about that group of folks? And I don't want to say about that folks because it kind of separates them. What are we doing about that collective? There's no real like focus on addressing why they're there. How did your life end up on Main Street? What ailment? What are you running from, and what can we do to fix that?
Okay, please, can I address one thing? Okay, I don't think any person that ever ended up on Main Street ever just woke up one day and said, hey, let me be an addict and end up on Main Street. Yeah. Okay, how about Bill that went to work, that fell down a ladder and broke his back and had to get pain meds, and then all of a sudden he goes from pain meds
How many is that? Because I grew up in addiction, and most of them wasn't that. I spoke to two of them. How many is this is really just lick the sugar and and got stuck on the sugar.
Oh.
Like, most people I know, and I'm not saying no, but and I'm like I grew up. People are treating trauma. People are self-medicating.
Right.
They're not. These are people who just got stuck on like because it felt so good.
Right.
These are people like I don't want to be sober. I hate myself. Right?
No.
I'm
talking about people that got hurt at their job and that were prescribed pain meds, overprescribed by a doctor, right? And then all of a sudden he's coming down in his truck with his ladder up there talking about he needs
what percentage is that?
Because that's very common now.
Whoa, hold on real quick.
Than ever.
Right now, that's a big common thing.
Yes.
And that's mainly
now
white people.
They never
white
asked
people,
to be addicts.
It's mainly
white people been addicts though.
But they
white
never
people been
asked for it.
addicts.
They never asked for it.
We're talking about this
He got
prescription
hurt at
pill
work.
phase of addiction. This prescription pill era of this prescribed pill addiction.
Right.
Opiate prescribed pill. This that. Well,
we also have to look at the mental health aspect of it, and
It's all mental.
right. But there's no
mental
cure.
health.
There's no cure for mental health. There's no for mental most mental diseases. There's no cure for it.
But you gotta
So a
treat
lot of times the reason why you
lifelong
have that is because you can only be treated for it, and you can be learn to live with it, but there's no cure. And sometimes it regresses or it comes back. So depression is something that, especially that I deal with a lot. So, and I wish there was a cure for it.
Oh, Keefe, and I mean.
And to back that up, so that's what our society is kind of gearing to, and that's what I feel is hurt. It could hurt us in the future when you say that we have these programs and these people can take advantage of these programs and get better again. It's no cure. You're talking about, like I said, majority of these people need to be under 24/7 care. They need to be on their meds 24/7. They need somebody there 24/7.
That's a different kind of
to even get to the core of why they're on why, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the same whether they're talking about drugs or whether they're schizophrenic or have bipolar. It's the same type of treatment.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but you're talking about a systemic issue that a program can't solve. You know what I'm saying? So only thing I'm saying, like, I don't know if you know how these programs work. Like, you gotta be a little bit involved in your treatment, in your care, in your aftercare. You have to be verbally, physically involved with this. But if you decide, no, I like this lifestyle, regardless of your mental health or anything underneath there, that person, like the worker can't say, you know what, let me tie you to the bed until you change your minds on this.
You're speaking to the minds of what an addict that goes back out in the street. What about the one that just wigs out? What about the one that at the end of the day at 7 p.m. they wig out and they like
I'm not gonna say we have a service for that population of people. I don't even think society even is trying to address that certain people. So I can't really even talk about that because I don't think society even cares about that because some people usually are usually poor people and people of color. So the upper class people don't care about that demographic of people. They're not trying to put money. That's $60-something million that we get in tax money every year are not trying to allocate additional dollars for that population of people. That's the reality of it. But if you are a person that is struggling with substance abuse, if you don't decide to take control of that physically and mentally and whatever, you're gonna still struggle.
We can't. Go ahead.
Look, I just want to get back on the topic of what we were talking about our physical drug addicts and addiction and stuff like that. And I'm just going to say this. Look, this is my opinion, my feelings of what I think. Look. For a long time, I've dealt with, either someone addicted in my family, either I or even a friend or anything like that. And I've tried a great many things, and to solve this problem. You could throw money at it all you want. You could do religion. You could do whatever you want. But the one thing I really saw at the end of the day was with a lot of those drugs addicts, and as for myself, is that we segregate ourselves and we become lonely, and we believe that we have to live this kind of life, that we are isolated by ourselves. And the one thing that we learn out there to give up on is love in ourselves. Okay? So what I want to express to you right now is don't give up on that person. And don't shy your way away from the community just because that person's out there with a sign or may have an addiction or anything else. Because look at yourself in the mirror in the day and see where your faults lie in too. Okay? Because we all have faults and we all have shortcomings. So what I'm going to say is this. You know, if you're not part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. You know, if you can't help and you don't want to help, then don't. But at the same time, you know, trying to figure all this out, I think you'll drive yourself crazy. But if we're gonna try to cure this, you know, I believe the best thing in life, the hippies had it right back in the '60s, is love. You know, and I think that you know, I don't want to give up on my fellow brother.
Well, I mean, that's a great segue, because I was gonna go kind of that way where, like, I was thinking how to say it, like we need to kind of go here, like commune, like own like private like some communities, like, because I'm serious, like it has to be. Listen, we're talking about mental health, right? As like there's no cure for mental health, right? That's what we think today.
Yes.
Like everything we learn, new stuff every day. There's no need to say that there's nothing. Period. There's no need to say that there's a fatality to that, and that reflects the reality. Like so, like it's either is the glass half full or half empty? Is it we haven't found a cure yet, or there is no cure? Which way do you want to look at it, right? And that's the difference in a society. But the society teaches us, like we live in a society that teaches you that you are what you are worth. Your worth is what you have done in life, right? So now you go to school to get grades, not to learn. You don't care about what you're learning. You're competing, right? And you're always feeling like not good enough. And nobody gives you a space to talk about it, because you're supposed to excel that way. It's supposed to be normal, and it makes us crazy. The world that we live in, the food that we put stuff in microwaves, it gives radiation. With the world that we live, the food that we get in this grocery market, it can't be. They have to preserve it for us to get there. It's going to cause cancer. It's going to you have different chemical reactions and stuff. We have to divest from this. And that's the answer. You need more communal love. It's not like it's really love. It sounds abstract, but it has to be intentional, intersectional, like understanding that we're connected. And it has to be a divestment from what we're living in. That's the only answer. Other than this is what you got. You're going to just make the best of this.
Yo, can we just go to Troop and Kees? You can end this and we go to a bumper break and then we go back to Missy.
Okay. Well, you know, my other show, Archangel of Return to Chivalry, that's all about love and the privilege of doing something for somebody else, not to promote that. But love themselves. And if you're not capable of loving yourself, you're going to fall into a state of depression.
Extremely hard.
Yeah, and if you're in this state of depression, it doesn't matter how much exterior love you're getting. That interior love that you need isn't the love that's going to come forth to give you the strength to be able to overcome the powerfulness of narcotics and stuff. Drugs is not a good thing. Drugs don't care about you. It don't like you. It don't like your mama. It don't like your daddy. It don't like anybody. It's going to tear you down and beat you up.
Awesome.
And that's
good for his lifestyle.
That's what drugs is all about. But yet, this society that we live in right now is making drugs way too available for everybody. They're going to pass that law on legalizing marijuana. And then the next thing they're going to do, they're going to make little places so it's safe for. They probably got some now. You can go and get your little high on over here. They tried it before in Needle Park and stuff like that. In the Needle Parks they used to have back in the 60s and stuff. Go get your little high on over here. We'll keep an eye on you. You'll be safe. I know they're going to open those things up in the future where you can come in there, do your heroin. They're going to have the Narcan right here on the wall, right here, with a specialized trained person to take care of this. And they're going to promote this kind of lifestyle until it becomes a normal cultural lifestyle within our society. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
They just said, wait a minute. They just said that Canada is actually fighting heroin use with heroin.
Yeah, I agree with him. I agree with him. I think everything is going to be legalized to the point, but it's not going to become a point, because like they did these studies in different countries where it showed where people actually decreased the drug use after years of drugs being legal. So that's
I just don't understand how that could be true. But I mean. Because this is why.
All right, you take the mic about the drugs.
This is why I struggle with that being true, right? Because you can always skew numbers if you want to, and so I had to look at it. I'm not even educated enough to even understand them if I've seen them, probably, right? But I know when I was in college, right, which was a good barometer of like a bigger circle, like there was more people, right, from like the East Coast, and there were people who didn't smoke weed but they drank because it was legal.
Yeah.
Like weed wasn't illegal. That's why that's the reason why they didn't smoke. It was like, no, that's illegal. But I drank. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to do anything illegal. So now when something becomes legal, more people, you take the stigma off of it, and more people try it. Drugs are not, to the truth point, like drugs are bad. People don't do drugs because they don't work. Drugs are like phenomenal. It's a bunch of scared people, like they feel good. It's a release.
Prohibition shows that's a lie though.
Wait a minute.
When
I'll
they
show you
legalize
how
alcohol,
drugs.
less people use alcohol. Just let you know.
Right.
Okay, look, I'll show you how drugs will decrease the problem, like this gentleman right here said. If you give them what they want, why would they steal?
It stops those problems.
You see?
But the usage goes up.
Why would I go break in a house or break in a car if you give me what I want and you let me go to work and
Well, I
sit
know.
down?
You know what? Keith, end this out because we got
one quick
So,
one.
Then let Truth end this out. 'Cause we want to go to Missy,
Panhandling
man.
to drugs.
I want to
so
go to Missy.
annoying already.
I want to go to Missy.
It's annoying.
You know, because like she's there, she got something to promote.
All right, go ahead, come here, Keith. Quickly.
I want to get to that.
Yeah, drugs
Half a
everywhere.
minute.
Drugs can still be
Well,
forever.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, they're actively researching all these drugs. Marijuana is about to be legal. It's about to be recreational.
Number 4.
It's all going to be able to, what is it, the lethal dosage. So, and that's pretty much, is coming into fruition anyway.
And my last comment is going to say, and y'all know what school I go to. And the class in school like that, the question was asked, what would you do with the last 4 minutes of your life, right? And it was like, I would say 60% of the class said, well, I'd have innumerable sex and get high all the time, my last 4 minutes of my life. That speaks volumes to what this society is all about.
Thank you.
I go to Harvard. And this is all them people are supposed to be smart.
They tell me I'm lying. They think you know everything, man. Everybody don't think like you.
Yeah, right? Like people ain't thinking about drugs and sex. That's what it is.
They always can tell the people. The people has mental illness. They give them mental illness, mental health things. Yeah, we back on the air. Like we back on the air.
Drugs are drugs.
Let's just change it around. The people that's over there panhandling and stuff. If you ask me respectfully, I'll probably will hook you up. But if you be on some like I need a bear or something, no. I probably won't hook them up.
Okay, the thing about
No. We're off panhandling.
We both
But going
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this feed the homeless, because everybody's worried about all the bad stuff in Worcester, and nobody's worried about all the positive stuff that's going on. Right now, Lady of the Hills, the 7 of the Hills, 1,000 Watts Barbershop is doing a food drive for the homeless for Thanksgiving. You know, at the end of the day, homeless and the panhandlers, they still human beings at the end of the day. I know nobody wants to give them money because I won't, but I will feed them. So I'm thinking, you know, our Thanksgiving is going to be a week after. I'm trying to feed the homeless at 11:13 from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at 1,000 Watts. If I get a church that wants to open up their doors for me, maybe a Manual Second Baptist, the character will be bigger. But if not, I'm going to clean out my shop, put some tables in there, and feed the homeless. I'm looking for donations, canned goods, box of potatoes, rolls. Want to make a turkey? I'd rather them. If you want to donate a turkey, fine. I'll cook them. If not, you could cook them the day before. I'll pick them up. I think that we just want to feed these people because they're not worried about feeding themselves. They're not worried about clothing themselves. They're just worried about, like you said, getting high or do what they gotta do. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure they still have a dinner and still feel loved. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they feel loved. Just show them that at the end of the day, still somebody. You know, they get high and they panhandling. But you show them, like, you know, we didn't forget about you. We still want to give you Thanksgiving dinner, even though. So if anybody want to make any donations, 1,000 Watts Barbershop, canned goods, rolls, gift cards, whatever you think is, whatever your heart desires, I greatly appreciate it. You know, the deadline's the 13th, the day before. I'd rather have on the 12th. Just give me a holler.
The 13th of November?
13th of November. If Thanksgiving is, I think it's the 21st, if I remember, of this. So I'm going to have a week before. Our Thanksgiving, we're going to have it a week before so they can have on a Sunday. It's on a Sunday. You're going to reach out to me at 1,000 Watts Barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just want to feed these people. And at the end of the day, like, they still human beings. And they homeless, they whatever. A couple days before the day of, I'm going to have a lot of my 7 Hill prospects go out there and just grab the homeless. Come on, we feeding you. Come eat, come eat, come eat.
You just going to grab them right off the street?
Right off the street. Like, come on, I'll get a van, I'll drive them to the spot.
You're going to have people
my dad listening.
Like Men of Color trying to come about by
my dad listening.
We have a lot of, my goal is to have the food already made. So I'm going to get the takeout boxes and serve them. So maybe they don't want to eat with us, maybe they're shy.
Let me ask you something. Sorry to just cut you off.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I was talking.
Is this because you do this a lot? You do a lot of like giving back to the community. I see that a lot. You know,
backpack drives.
You do the backpack.
350 backpacks, baby. Next year, 500.
The drive for like just be walk around. I think
Mike Jerry, I want to thank you for those clothes because they went to Honduras and everywhere.
Word.
Yes, amen.
They're gonna get fly.
3 bags. They was jiggy. I see some of them. I was like, you lucky to fit me.
Like, you do this all the time. Let me ask you something. You do is this like if you
want to
do something like
my
this?
Heart? I'm doing it for publicity. What you want to say?
Yeah, dude. Like you seem you're not that type. But I see people. Is this culture? If somebody just gives back anyways, but they're trying to like profit off it or like
think, all right,
or record it and like whatever and say like look what I did.
I don't look for I don't look for nobody to be put me on the radio station, nobody put me on TV. I never asked for that. Like I was just telling the guys before the commercial, I came from drug addict parents. I seen what the valley was about when I was kicking cutties out the hallway and throwing bleach on them. This when I was little.
That's the valley back in the days.
When niggas was getting high in the back of the hallways.
Yep.
You feel me?
No camera.
So it was totally different from back then. So I see my mom. I love my mom, my dad. You know, I know a lot of family members to the game. So like I said, I did my repping and running in the street. I done killed a lot of people selling drugs and stuff. So right now I'm trying to give back. You know what I'm saying? So I already seen what they could do. I want my grandkids, my granddaughters to have a better future. So why not give back and help out with the stuff that I, maybe did back then? I don't mind giving close to home. If I got some sweaters I'm not going to use or you guys not going to use, give it to somebody. It's alright. Like I'm not looking for nobody to be like, oh my gosh, he does this, that. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I'm doing it because it feels good to me. I love doing it.
I got a whole hand-me-down system. It's gonna go like at least through 5 people. My sweater's gonna do with 5 people before it gets to somebody else.
I'm saying like, if anybody has anything, like you said, winter time is coming. I take everything. Right now, I have a whole box of brand new kids jackets already, and gloves and hats, are ready to give out for the back for winter time comes. If any parents need jackets, I got them for their kids, sweaters, whatever. I'm trying. Mike Jerry, thank God for him. He gave me 3-4 bags of clothes. Bang. You know what I'm saying? I got baby clothes that I had strollers. Whatever people want to drop off, I know there's a barbershop today, but I like to give back. So some people are scared to ask.
No broken
I'm not
stuff
scared
too.
to ask, you know what I'm saying?
No broken. Some people be trying to give like broken strollers.
Listen, Mike Jerry has some serious clothes in there. I'm talking about the official name brand. So those homeless people gonna be looking swagged out. So you're gonna want to give them a couple dollars now.
Word.
Now it's messed up though. Somebody gonna get exploited down there for that, yo. Word, this is this. Nah, this is what you gotta come off on.
But that came from somebody.
Right. Now,
speaking to the mic, Missy. But I know definitely this is something you gotta appreciate.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, this is what the one-man team concept, my show. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
He's been with me for the last 2 weeks at the barbershop, and he sees.
But that's what it's. And I'm just saying that's what it's about. That's what it's about with you and Edwin, with Dred and Edwin are talking about love. So it's not about talking about it. It's actually not complaining about it, criticizing it. It's actually doing something. It's actually trying to do something other than just let me criticize these people, because we have been criticizing them, calling them panhandlers, addicts, whatever the case may be. But it's actually now. So,
that's not criticizing. That's what they are.
I'm just saying. But the opposite of that is let's not sit there and criticize them. And let's do stuff.
Can I say something? May I say something?
Yeah, the person that has an addiction, the other person.
That's what people call them. That's not what they are.
All right, can I say one thing? Keefe, can I say something real quick?
About the event.
Look, talk about this event. We're talking about drugs again.
Well, I understand that, but as I'm sitting here, man, I'm just reminiscing in my own head and everything, and I'm trying to get put everybody's thought inside of my head. And you know what I was just thinking about right now? About that child that's sitting there watching their parents get high, and he or she never asked for any of this. And he's sitting there watching their parents get high and hearing you guys talk and stuff like that. And how much love is that kid missing or misknowledge is that kid getting and stuff like that. And we talk about the panhandlers and everything else. And, I was just sitting back thinking about that, and I was saying to myself, I was once that child. And Missy was talking about she came from a family of she's seen how her both parents were doing those things and stuff like that, And sometimes you gotta open your eyes to the bigger picture here, Some of us never asked for none of this. We were just brought up into this.
Once again, it depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Like you said, we both came from it, and you see what you led and what I led.
Right.
Exactly.
So it depends on the individual and what you want to go about your life, what you want to do with your life. I got 4 boys, and I'll bust their ass. I see them, they drug out there, drug addict, or they're selling drugs, or they're the gangbang killing some kids. I don't play that. I think they still I don't have a parent, I don't have a father and mother. When I go visit my parents, it's at Hope Cemetery. You feel what I'm saying? So I think I don't want that. So I try to teach everybody else that you don't need to be doing drugs. Drugs are out there. I don't praise it. I don't tell people, oh, go out there and sell drugs. It's not good. Could you kill? That could be your mom you're giving that drug to.
Yeah,
killing your mom, killing your sister.
And I think the thing that you're doing and everything from your heart is out there too. You're a beacon for a whole lot of people, but a whole lot of people that's out there that don't know that your programs exist. Need to know that your programs exist, so that even if they don't give to your program, they can emulate your program to somebody else.
They're trendsetter, you know what I'm saying?
They can do that. Your publicity needs to grow.
No, I don't look for that.
I'm not saying
that's a result of love.
I'm not saying in a way like that. But if they don't know where you are, they're not gonna come.
I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem with. Look, to deal with people, you need nuance, right? Nuance, and I don't want to insult anybody, but the ability to go back and forth and regarding the situation, right? So this is a capitalist society. You cannot why would you want to do things for free in a capitalist society, right? So we think we have this like the people that are for love have like this aversion to money, like, oh no, that's money, like, and I understand it because money comes with power, and power it corrupts people, right? But we cannot do our work effectively or to our fullest potential without money. We have to have money with these things. We have to have like nuance. I'm glad to Edwin's point very quick. I think it's important that we understand the stories and where addiction comes from and how it's impacted. And I know Missy wanted to go away from this because she wanted to talk about the event. Unfortunately, a lot of the homeless are the result of the drug addiction. To them, and this is why I said, like, again, with the people who love, it's important that we say, look, for that child who has now heard the potential, the likelihood of her being an addict has increased. We feel bad for them, we love them, and we hold them. But what white racists say all the time to us is, what is your answer? Like what is the solution, right? What do we do about what do we do about this going forward, right? And so it goes back to understand this, right? So with the depression. Me as a child of addicts and like addiction decimated my life, still impacting my life till today, right? Everybody has their cross to bear, right? Like that child who's there, like there's another 4-year-old child going through the same story, like what Missy was saying. You have that, and that's where Truth's point comes in. It's kind of hard, but it's just the uncomfortable truth. You have to figure a way to get out of that, right? And it can't be, I'm gonna get high, right? There are people that are afraid and they run to get high, but as long as we can't continue to say, hey, I'm doing me, let them do me, the problem is getting bigger, right? You have to, like, we are connected, right? We have to start thinking about solutions other than just, I feel bad for you.
All right, in terms of your drive that you're having, I wanted to tell you, and I never told you that due to drug addiction, I ended up in custody of 3 kids out of nowhere, and I already had 4. So you're you're the blessing because we brought them to your event. We brought them to your event, and that's why I don't know if you thought I was weird. And I was like, listen, this is the person running the event. Y'all, let's go take a picture with her. And you were running around, and you still stopped. And you took the time, even though you were busy organizing all these things, screaming at people left and right, you still took the time to take a picture with us. And I never ever got a chance to tell you how much I appreciate it and how much my daughters have backpacks and they're in school right now with those backpacks because of you, nobody else. So I just wanted to really tell you I appreciate it.